everyone, and welcome back to another Sims 4 video. Today is a little bit of a different video because I'm sure, as we all know, there was a gameplay trailer to come out yesterday for the Horse Ranch pack, and I am super excited for this pack. I am trying to take my own advice though and not get too hyped about this pack, but the gameplay trailer seemed very interesting, so I figured I would show you all of the things that came with the gameplay trailer and my thoughts on it. So let's get started. So this is the page I normally go to for all my Sims 4 news. It is the Sims community page. I think I linked it in my last video, but I'll link it again if you want to check it out. They post majority Sims 4 news and other stuff that, you know, is in the Sims community, hence the name. But they made a whole list of stuff coming to the Horse Ranch pack and the gameplay trailers, so I wanted to walk us through this and give my opinion as well on it. But the first thing is obviously animal care. In the start of the gameplay trailer, they really went into, you know, obviously the animal care for the horses. These horses are not like the cows and llamas where they just have their own little hut and they're not, you know, a part of your family. Well, they're a part of your family, but you know what I mean? Like the household, like they're not in your household, whereas horses are in your household. They're able to kind of roam wherever they want. It is, you know, more of an open world, I gathered from the gameplay trailer, which is amazing because I love seeing more of the open worlds coming to The Sims 4. In the past, there's been, you know, we obviously know not every world is, you know, open world as like some of the newer expansion packs, so I'm happy to see that they're really diving more into those open world type expansion packs. Also, with the animal care, it is to note that you actually do have to take care of your horses. I know that comes as a shocker. One of the, you know, main things is making sure that their hooves are, you know, picked so that there's no dirt in their hooves and that they are maintained on a regular basis, of keeping them brushed and groomed so that they are happy and healthy is the most important part in your Sims game. You also must invest time with playing them and training them as well, because we all know, you know, the more you train them, the more, you know, they're able to learn different tricks and stuff like that. Also, they mentioned, you know, obviously horses, you know, go to the bathroom, but you will have to clean up their poop piles, but keep these because they could also be fertilizer. Right here, it states that they can be used as fertilizer in your game. So if you are more on the botanist side in The Sims, that will probably be very helpful to have a lot of horses in your household. There also, I noticed that we have some new toys. By toys, I mean toy. It's an equine ball, but these can be used for both horses and foals, I believe is how you say that name, that they can play for fun. So you might want to have a few of these if you have quite a bit of horses. The other thing to note as well is that fools can inherit the traits of their parents. So if you're trying to get like a certain trait or certain things within your horses, you know, there is a strategy involved in the breeding process of it. So you might just want to be careful on who you're breeding, you know, your horses with, because they do have the chance to inherit the traits. Horses have different personalities and traits, just like Sims, obviously. So some of them can be more temperamented and others can be more patient, which gets me to my next point of if you have a Sim that's maybe not as skilled in certain areas of, you know, horse riding, the horse might lose their crap on you, and you might not want to put an inexperienced rider on the back of the horse that maybe is a bit more temperamented, because they are not going to have it. And so you might want to buy a patient horse the first time and gradually learn before you go to maybe a horse that has a lower temperament, because they're not going to want to deal with your inexperienced Sim, which is helpful to note, because I'm sure a lot of us are probably going to want to go for our favorite horse breed, but you might just want to be a little careful, you know, in the whole process. You know, make sure that your Sims are experienced before you go buy a horse that's got a low temperament. The other thing as well that you can obviously see is you can paint their coats just like you could in cats and dogs, which I find quite cool, because you can really get all crazy with these patterns, you know, in The Sims. You can also customize their stables as well, which was very, very cool. I can see a lot of people in the gallery are about to get very creative with these stables. I can't build, as we all know, but I am looking forward to seeing your guys' builds when the pack comes out and seeing what you guys make, you know, how you make your stables and stuff like that. I will love to download all those builds. Also, with mini goats and sheeps, I know a lot of people aren't excited. For me, I'm quite excited for these little guys, but you do have to care for them and feed them to keep them, again, healthy and happy. Just like any animal in your Sims game, you're going to want to take care of them. The other thing to note is we got more updates on the equestrian competitions. I'm glad to know that it's not all rabbit holes, although I do not know if the competitions are rabbit holes, because if I read this correctly, you know, we can take our Sims to the equestrian center. I believe it's at Chestnut Ridge. They can do their barrel racing and jumping as well there. I'm not sure if there's anything more. I know definitely for sure we got barrel racing and jumping, but I'm not sure if the competitions are rabbit holes. They might be rabbit holes, but on the bright side is that we can at least train with them and that not be a rabbit hole. I know in The Sims 3, it wasn't a rabbit hole, so you did train with them, but the actual competition itself was. So I would be a little disappointed if it was a rabbit hole, but if it's not, then I'll be very excited. The other thing is we are seeing some of the new plaques come with the game. You know, of course, when you do a competition, you'll either place, you know, first, second, or third, or get a participation award for participating in it. But we have a gold medal right here, and then we've got our bronze medal and our silver medal. So those are quite cool to see. I do like the look of them. They're very Western, which I think goes very well with the pack due to the fact that it is based off in Arizona, which brings me to kind of a next part of it. Is we got a new look at the world. This reminds me of the Grand Canyon, which makes sense because then again it is in Arizona, but I love the fact that even in the gameplay trailer I can see that it is pretty open. The world is pretty open, so you can really travel anywhere with your horses and not have like a barrier to certain areas that you can go in the world. It's, you know, everything's quite open to you. The other thing too is they were talking about community boards, which is really cool because here you can adopt your horses or hire a ranch hand for your home so they can do all of the, you know, stable cleaning, so you don't have to worry too much about making sure that everything's clean. You can hire a ranch hand that will help you with your animals and your crops as well. So again, if you have more of a, you know, proper farm in The Sims 4, you can go to that community board and hire a ranch hand, or, you know, check the board to see if any horses are for sale or adopt them, which I think I like a lot because even with cats and dogs, you can adopt them, but if you wanted to get like a certain breed within your game, you would have to go into Create a Sim and, you know, make the dog, put it in your family, and then go back into game. Whereas at least in here, if you wanted to put up your horse for sale or, you know, adoption, you have that community board to go to. We didn't get that in Cats and Dogs, which was a little annoying because if you wanted a dog, you'd have to exit out of your Sims household, go into Manage Households, and then go back into CAS, put a dog there or a cat, and then go back into your game, if you know what I'm talking about. The other activities, though, we learned more about nectar making, which I'm actually weirdly excited for this. You can make your own nectar, of course, but not only can you make it, you can sell it. You can literally create your own nectar line of drinks, so I'm looking forward to that. I don't know how much I will play with that, but I'm excited for it, and I definitely want to try it out. So we might try it out on this channel for a Can You Get Rich Quick episode. We may or may not be doing that in the next few weeks. We also, of course, know about line dancing. I, again, weirdly excited for this. I don't really dance in real life, but I've never tried to line dance, but maybe I'll learn for my Sims and line dance. But that was about it that we got within this, you know, Sims world of our updates for the horse ranch. I am a little curious to see of all the breeds that we get with the horses. I know I was looking at the Sims 3 breeds for horses, and I think they had like 30 or something like that. And I think they mentioned in the Behind the Sims that there are 30 breeds, but I could be wrong on that. I mean, they did show the Create a Sim with the horses, so you could see a little bit of all the horses that we were getting. Who knows, they might be adding some more before the release date of it, but that was about it for the gameplay trailer. So with that being said, my final thoughts on the whole gameplay trailer is, you know, obviously we're not getting like a full gameplay live stream. I think that's next week. I think it's on July 16th or 17th from what I've been reading. Normally they do it like a couple days before the pack comes out. So if the pack's coming out on Thursday, which I believe it's either Tuesday or Thursday, we should be getting the gameplay live stream where they play the actual pack for like 3 hours, something like that. They've done it for a majority of the last expansion packs to come out. Like High School Years had one, Growing Together had one. I am certain I could place a bet that this will be getting one, but with that being said, my final thoughts on this are, this does get my hopes up a lot. I've seen within the gameplay trailer, they made it very obvious that, you know, majority of this world is going to be open world, which I'm super excited about. You know, I'm excited to just get on my horse and, you know, walk around, you know, I don't know what the world name is, but I'm just going to call it Arizona for right now because it is based off of Arizona. Even in that last picture we saw is, you know, resembles the Grand Canyon. And I wonder, can you like ride your horse through the Grand Canyon? Like what are our limits in this world? I want to know. But I was very excited to see the different, you know, how like the different things within the animal care system, you know, with the cleaning their hooves, obviously, making sure that they're groomed and that they're happy and healthy. Also being able to customize your own stables, guys, like that. I don't know why, but it was just, I know it's small, but it's still so exciting because it makes me feel like they're really a part of our family. Because with Cottage Living came out, the cows and llamas had like a rabbit hole stable. So like you couldn't really see them in the stable. They would just kind of like come out and then disappear and then come back out. And for me, I was a little disappointed with that, but I also kind of understood it because that did come out in like 2019, I believe. So that was like 4 years ago, or maybe not 4 years ago. Maybe it was 3 years ago. It came out a while ago, is my point. So I'm glad that they waited a little bit for horses to be released, because it really gave them the time to really work through everything that they wanted to get done and really answer a lot of our suggestions. I know a lot of people wanted open worlds when it came to horses. Like they didn't want to be stuck, you know, to certain areas within the world. So I am really glad they waited, you know, the 10 years before they released horses, because I think it really gave them that time to make sure it was perfect. But we will see when the pack comes out how good it is. I'm definitely getting a little bit more hyped up for it, but I'm still trying to keep myself, you know, at a normal level. But let me know your thoughts on the gameplay trailer, and if you are just as excited as me, or if maybe you have some concerns, put it in the comments. I would love to read your thoughts on it. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button, and again, comment what you are most looking forward to in this horse pack, expansion pack, horse ranch expansion pack, I should probably say. But with that, we are 1 subscriber away from 50. So if you would do me the honors in becoming my 50th subscriber, that would be amazing. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all on Monday.